Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, welcome to what I believe to be episode 3 of Thread Review. It may be 4, but I did not check prior to making this. So, we're going to roll with it. Happy Pride Month. Happy June 26th. I am, of course, referring to the day I'm recording this. So, if you're watching it at another date, I don't care. Yeah, I realize I haven't made one of these in a while, and I apologize for that. I just haven't really been feeling it, And sometimes you gotta be in the mood to talk to a screen about an off-topic forum on a Pokemon website. So I figured, what better time than now to make a new episode. So as always, I have marked the forum as read, and yeah, let's get this started. Let's give a quick refresh. So it looks like we have a new thread. Actually, it was just posted in the last hour, so we're gonna start. Actually, no, let's start at the top because I do notice that we have a lot fewer sticky threads, which is great to see. At one point, I think we had like 8 or so threads that were stickied. So I'm happy to see that the mods took some feedback and removed a bunch. And it looks like, though, one of the sticky threads, which is back, is helpful posting tips by Zfable. This thread does not know if it wants to be a sticky or just a regular thread, but it's good to see. It's good to see. It's good stuff. All right, now we'll jump into the first thread by Cityscapes called Cool Reddit Post. Oh, we have a little bait and switch here. Now that all the uncomfortably online people are here, oh, it's going to get juicy. It appears Cityscapes has a problem with cynicism, and he's going about tackling this in a very interesting way. I will say, as a self identified cynical millennial, that I disagree. I think this thread will age interestingly, as we already have a K response by Caffeine Boost. K, as you know, is like getting an LOL from the girl that you're interested in over text, and there's really not much you could do. We already have some good interaction here, or whatever you want to call it, feedback. If not feedback, I'll say thread engagement. That sounds like a very marketable term. Some good thread engagement here by some folks. So I'm interested to see how this thread will kind of go on, but I'm gonna leave it as is, and I'm gonna say with full optimism that I don't think this thread is gonna go well, but that's just my opinion. I'm smiling, so I'm being optimistic. Why do you post on Smogoff? We're gonna skip this one. That's 57 replies. It's very much a kind of tell me about yourself post. We're gonna get a lot of people that don't even post on Smogoff tell us why they're posting here. Likewise, we're gonna we're gonna post ITT post uses websites here. Blah blah blah. Comedic rant thread by the one and only the Snoom. This is a thread to rant about anything. In this case, he's ranting about soap dispensers. Some real riveting content here. This looks like an interesting post. Looks, keyword looks. I'm not actually reading it, but I'm just saying. Interesting post format here. We got the center aligned posting style by Warren Carnett. This is kind of new meta stuff. We haven't, or maybe he's bringing it back. We haven't seen this in a while. This is like big rate my team energy from 2008. Yeah, but I dig it. I think more people need to adopt center align posting. It just makes everything you write look like a rate my team, in my opinion. Another post by the Snoom in his own thread, so he is keeping his thread engaged. Well, I don't know. It could be she. I don't know. They are keeping their thread engaged. Song lyrics that bother you. Interesting. In Black Skin. I actually didn't know this, and this is true. This is so true. In fact, we're gonna give it a like. Yeah, I actually don't think I would have known this unless I read this. I am actually pretty familiar with this lyric too, so I think I just never thought about it twice. But thank you to Astronic for bringing this to our attention. Unanhexium, whose name I can never pronounce, also agrees that they think about this a lot. But yeah, the this thread definitely makes me think about that very deep lyric by Eminem with his song with Rihanna. Is it "Watch You Burn"? Um, Eminem, "Watch You." Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Full lyrics. Let's set this. There we go. If she ever tries to fucking leave again, I'm gonna tie her to the bed and set this house on fire. So I will leave you all to interpret that as you will. Um, but that's an interesting line, if you ask me. Losing virginity speed run. Interesting. Another thread by the snoom. Obviously going for the speed run meme. Any percent with a silly thing. Bit of an odd topic maybe to make one on. Um, but JPI, friends of the show will know that means just post it. JPI. It's in the game. Only 90s kids will know what that's from. More on that later. Um, yeah. This is a fine thread. Seems like people are enjoying it, so why not? How does Iron Man poop in his suit? I have actually read this one. There's actually a great explanation here by Exern. So if you are curious how Iron Man poops with his suit, just go ahead and read that post by Exern, who just does a great job of explaining it. Skip, 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 skip. As some of you may know that are in the political sphere, one of the big uh, I guess topics, at least in America, is teaching CRT in schools. This is huge in Florida. I think they banned it already. If they haven't, I believe they will. So BP decided, let's go to Smogoff and let's just have a discussion on this. And I think that's great, as Smogoff needs more discussion oriented threads. So let's give a quick read. Got him. It's actually about the TV panel or something, not critical race theory. Hashtag owned. Just kidding. I actually did enjoy this thread. I will admit I knew what it was going to be about before I went in, but I do have a post in here myself. Um, I'm actually kind of proud of this. I made it up on the spot, but I did adopt it from an old copy pasta from 4chan or something. A couple phrases that I think I stole directly from it, but I didn't look at it in I haven't looked at it recently, so I could just be imagining stuff. But that's what I was going for in the event some reason, and it sounds familiar. As I said, speaking of only 90s kids know this meme, only 90s kids and Zoomers that went to public school know what this is. Um, well, probably all of this, the TV, the VCR. I don't even know if kids know what a VCR is these days. Yeah. Bice says he needs sleep, so go sleep. Not a lot of thread engagement here. I might need to give this a read and a bump. We have some contrast posting by Albatross. She is evil now, while simultaneously is willing to make you a high quality, aggressive self care desktop wallpaper. Which is it? Is it both? Who knows? Another BP thread about things her dad says or used to say that would get him crucified on Twitter. Um, this thread on its own would probably get a father crucified on Twitter, as it would be interpreted as making fun of cancel culture, which therefore says you disagree with cancel culture or you think cancel culture exists, which is enough to get you canceled on Twitter. So I would say this thread on its own would get your father crucified on Twitter. But there is a very interesting post in this thread that I want to bring your attention to. It is the first post in the thread. I'm going to let you folks read it. I am not going to comment on it. I've already done so in this thread itself. And I will say that the post I made in this thread is probably the worst thing I have ever written. Um, I definitely used elements of JPI. However, I did hesitate when posting it. I'm not going to show it. If you want to read it, you can go to this thread yourself. But yeah, so this was a great way to kick off the thread. I will. That's all I will say. Um, Rumor, blah blah blah. Smug off karaoke. Not a lot of engagement here, which is disappointing. Let's get some more submissions. I know I'm saying that at the time of making this. I have not submitted. I expect to. I'm not saying I will, but I expect to submit a karaoke um, post. So, yeah. I'm going to skip these two as we've covered them extensively already in this episode. Vacation thread. This is a leaves of absence. Am I saying that correctly? So if you are taking a day off or you expect that you will not be available to post, just go ahead and drop it in here and let the rest of us know. Done, 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 done. Classic Cookie. I don't know what I was going for there. Cookie is officially retired. Congratulations to him. A round of applause. Cookie is, of course, a longtime user. Joined in like '04, been on the site for, I don't know, 16 years, if my math is correct, maybe longer, who knows. So congratulations to Cookie on a wonderful career. People are, of course, commenting on their favorite Cookie moments. And I would like to say, and I have said this in another thread, however, as soon as this video goes up, I will be sending Cookie the official certification for him being not racist. So he can expect that in a PDF format. Hopefully he'll print it out, put it up on his wall. It is a big deal. So again, congratulations to Cookie. I wish you well in retirement. Let's see. Memes you made. Things you think. Let's check this. Things you think are really underrated. This is a serious thread. I can tell this will go well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chillax. I don't know what I did there. We'll watch it in post and figure it out. Let's go back up. Scott the Woz is hella underrated. Okay. I'm relatively certain Scott the Woz has like 3 million subscribers. Let's find out. Let's go to Scott the Woz's YouTube page. Whoa, 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 whoa. 1.4 million. I don't think I'd call that underrated. But to each their own. The rest of it I will let you folks read. We have some OI posting here. Got locked pretty quickly. Hashtag thank you moderators. I think at this point we're getting into some old threads, right? With the forklift thread. I guess that was bumped. More snoom posting. I don't know if it's. I think it's snoom, right? Because snom has one O, so I think it's pronounced snoom. But I could be wrong. One thing I would like to bring our attention to, my thread here, Pokemon Taxi, exists till you want to say one thing and find them instead. Look, if you guys know every move in the game, that's great, but you're missing the point. We're not looking for explanations as to why or how you know that moves like Purify exist. The idea is that you went on Cerebi for, maybe you want to know where the Ice Beam TM is in Pokemon X and Y. And when you're there, maybe you find some weird ass move and you're like, what the hell is this? And you click on it and you find out it's the signature move of what's a Pokemon that no one remembers? Swanna. And I know you're like, what's a Swanna? And to that I say, exactly. Or Glimglar for that point. But again, yeah, we there's 167 replies. I'd appreciate you guys if you could just let this thread die at this point. You do not need to tell us that you know the move exists. that's great for you, but that's not the point of this thread. And I know I'm being cynical, and I know it seems like we've come full circle, but I just feel like someone needs to put their foot down, and that person should be me, as I am the hashtag OP. Um, I really, actually, I was going to end it there, but this was a good idea for a thread. Worst jobs to have to take your kid to work day. Although I do feel it's a little like kind of like Ask Reddit y. Like I could see this being. This is, you know what? Let's search Google for this image. Yeah, okay. This doesn't. Oh, look, we made it on Smogan. Sorry, we made it on Google search. Cool. Um, yeah, I'm not surprised that it's like been asked like a million times on Reddit. It definitely does feel like it's one of those like forum posts or something. Like it's yeah, it's nothing new. But I thought it was a neat idea, and it was the first time I've seen it. So yeah, it looks like we are at the end of the forum. Overall, I'd say the sit of the forum is that it has improved. I'd give it like a C plus, B minus, maybe on a good day, probably a C plus right now. Some good stuff though. I think if I'd made one of these like 2 weeks ago or even three, I probably would have been giving us like a D. So yeah, I'd like to thank all of you for watching and listening to me talk about nothing for approximately 17 minutes. As always, you are wonderful. Once again, happy Pride Month. Hope you're all doing well. Remember to thank your fellow Smogan artist and have a great day.